Hello, I'm Ian, you're watching Pixels at Dawn, and as that terribly digitised voice which sounded somehow quite awesome in the 80s just told you, this is fast food, or depends where you are in the UK or in the world. Anyway, what is fast food? It's Pacman. Okay, maybe I'll give you a bit more than that. Let's jump straight in and you will see for yourselves, as always, starting at level 1. So I'm doing something a bit different with this video. The interesting thing with fast food is there were multiple versions on different platforms. And the bizarre thing was, and to be honest, this wasn't all that uncommon back in the day, is that different ports were actually entirely different games. So the Spectrum version is almost piece for piece Pacman, with only a few changes. But the Amiga version is quite different actually. So well, I'll give that a go in the other video. You can have a look at it if you just click here on the screen. And you might learn something. Who knows? Maybe you only know one version of the game. But anyway, back to fast food. It is very much like Pacman. But having said that, it's also not. Fast food was actually developed as a sort of tie-in game to the UK range of sort of motorway service restaurants, Happy Eater, which you may or may not know, depending on your origins. But that deal kind of fell through, so they ended up whacking Dizzy in there, and here we are with fast food. The idea is quite simple: run around and collect the floating food. Not quite sure why it's floating. Also pick up the random power-ups, and that's about it. Of course, that's not it. It gets more difficult as you go on. So as I say, it was actually a tie-in game which fell through. Dizzy, classically known for his adventure games, was pulled into this arcade game. Which, when you think about things like your Marios and things like that, where you get stuck in absolutely every kind of game under the sun, not that unusual, really. Every 3 levels, you get an extra life, and you get a nice, really random animation of Dizzy horribly slaughtering the ghosts that are pursuing him in the game. It's quite similar to Pacman. It's different ghosts, and they act in different ways. Some will chase you, some will just go around in a standard pattern. Just the standard behaviours you would expect from ghosts in Pacman. At this point it's quite easy because there's only one at a time. That will change. So, I played the 128K version here, which is why we have lovely, lovely music. And as far as sort of 8-bit music goes, this is pretty damn good. You know, classically 8-bit music wasn't amazing. Let's run around. So I picked up a shield, so now I can kill that ghost if I can catch up with it. Seems like I may... Oh, there we go. Got it. Now, I don't think they actually respawn at all, which is not like Pacman. So it actually makes your life a bit easy if you can get rid of them. But I lie, because there he is at the top of the screen. So it can become a little bit tricky to avoid, but they can't go past the floating food, so you can actually use that as a mechanism to block the path of the oncoming ghosts, which is quite nice. Now, this isn't actually an endless game, because once you get to level 30, you just go back to the start, but all the levels are actually reversed, which is a little bizarre. Oh, I'm going to run to the slow. That's bad. Run! Run! Let's get the fast. There we go. I don't know why floating green sandwiches make you go fast, because it just seems like mould to me. I don't know what the weird purple thing does. And you got that. Chickens are quite tricky to catch up with. They just sort of float around all over the shop. So it's a really nice little arcade game. It's I mean, it's not that challenging, you could say. Certainly it was a lot harder when I was younger, but isn't that always the case with games? But at this point, it's I don't know. I haven't had too much trouble so far. We'll see how it goes. So here we are. We have 2 ghosts. So now it's going to become a little more difficult to avoid them. And they may just trap me in if I'm not careful, which it looks like it's going to happen. Rubbish. Sorry, Dizzy. Well, it's a good job I got that extra life, isn't it, really? Right, what we got? The graphics aren't terrible for a Dizzy game. For some reason, he is bright yellow. I don't know why. I guess that's something to do with the colour clash or something that you used to get in old Spectrum games. Come on, chicken. You can run slightly faster than the food, but let's turn the corners and actually get into the food, which can be a little bit tricky. So you can see the green ghost. I can't remember what the names are. It's like Whizzer and Lizzer and a couple of others. Can't quite remember off the top of my head. So, milkshake. The sprites are pretty good. They do look like the food they represent, which is not always the case on the Spectrum, as you may remember. So this was, I believe, the third Dizzy game to get released in 1987. So yeah, way back in the 80s, this one. So we'd already had, by that point, Dizzy Cartoon Adventure, which I may cover at some point. I think Treasure Island Dizzy came out the same year. I think it might have come out the year after. But there was a few Dizzy games came out around that time, so... Come on, there we go. Get the chicken, which has trapped itself, and we got the nice stationary milkshake to finish it off. Finish, please. Sometimes you can actually die just waiting for the level to complete. Right, we'll go here. Dizzy running away, and an arbitrary lift descending from nowhere, which has some sort of demonic face on it. It's like I've just climbed into the mouth of a demon. Next up. Right. How do we get on here? Ah, so purple one freezes all the ghosts. I really can't remember what the power-ups do. It's been a long time. Grab these. The chickens are not moving on this one, which is probably a good thing. Oh, not like a look at this. Squeeze through there. See, this is where it starts to actually become a little bit challenging, because 3 ghosts, it's a lot of things to try and track. But I think we should be alright. Nice. There we go. We've got Dizzy in a nice jaunty walking motion frozen there. Yeah. Level 8. So I'm not intending to play through the whole game, but I want to give you a bit of an impression of what it was like. Trigger your nostalgia, or just give you a view of what games used to be like if you've not seen it before. It's there are 3 that I can remember Dizzy arcade games. So you had Fast Food Dizzy, or Fast Food, depending on who you ask. Quick Snacks, which was not all that dissimilar to the game. Oh, this could be a problem. Yep, I'm okay, I'm okay. This way. I think I can walk through this wall. Yes, I can. But they can't. So that makes life a little easier. Gotta know the little secrets. So yeah, there was Fast Food, there was Quick Snacks, and there was there we go. There was Dizzy Down the Rapids. There was Panic Dizzy, so that's 4 that I can remember. I believe there was something called Go Dizzy Go as well, but that was on different platforms than I ever owned. Oh dear. Death. It's quite a nice death animation, to be fair, for an 8-bit computer. So Go Dizzy Go, I think that may have been an arcade game as well, but I don't really know anything about it. That's something I'm going to have to investigate at some point, I think. Right. The thing you have to be careful about is these things that are in dead ends. You don't want to get trapped on the way out, almost in a kind of Bomberman-esque kind of way. You have to time things to not get trapped. Run, cutting a bit fine here. chase this down. Should be okay. Got it. Nice. Tip. Dizzy is bizarrely yellow. I don't know why. I don't know whether he's gone off or maybe he's in a sort of oh, giant Dizzy. Nice. I always love these little animations from back in the day. Just adds that certain something to playing the game. Must have been a bit of a surprise for people if they'd played these little adventure game versions of Dizzy and then came to play this, which was entirely different. But I don't know, I don't remember thinking of anything strange of it back in the day. I guess you just took things as they came when you were a kid of the 80s. Had to, really, didn't you? What have we got here? Uh-oh. Damn it, I thought I'd made that turn. So, 3 lives down to 2. Maybe I've started to meet my match. We're on level 10, so we're a third of the way through the normal levels. Very novel concept. I mean, to be fair, it was never meant to be a Dizzy game, but, you know, it's, for some reason it just works. Although I'm not entirely sure why an egg is chasing food. Because it isn't an egg food? I don't know. Let's go this way. Ah, there we go. Makes this a lot easier. But unfortunately all the ghosts are faster as well. So I can screw it up much quicker. Hopefully not. So if you've got any memories of Fast Food Dizzy, or indeed any of the Dizzy arcade games, maybe you want to share that with me in the comments. I mean, I've always quite enjoyed these. It was a nice break from the adventure games, which were a bit longer. Oh, come on, there's only one left. Must be able to get to that surely. Yeah, it's yet another Codemasters game. I don't know whether this was made by the Darling Brothers. I guess it was. It's Dizzy was their IP after all. And it's going to be tricky to get the stuff in the middle, isn't it? Where are you going? There we go. What's the red one do? Well, that helps a great deal. Ghost genocide. We have achieved it. Well done, Dizzy. Let's play a few more levels, and then I will probably call it there. I can easily play through this whole game, though. To be honest, it's not a very long game if you factor in the fact that it just repeats, but it's certainly a fun one as far as it goes. Let's go up here. It's certainly got a nice jaunty feel to it, doesn't it? Get that one. Get the pizza, and we are done on level 12. Right. Let's get the next animation. What we got here? Bomb. What's going to happen here? Ha! Okay, that's novel. Apple bomb. Well, I think that's probably enough of fast food on the Spectrum. I'm sure you've seen enough. I mean, I can play through the whole thing at some point if you want me to, but you're going to have to let me know. If you've enjoyed watching a bit of Spectrum, then we do retro stuff every now and again. I've been doing quite a lot recently, while I was trying to put together some other material. They're a little bit easier to put together than some of the longer form content. So if you have enjoyed, maybe drop a sub and you can see these things more often. Quite happy to have you. Maybe we'll do some stuff with Adam at some point. Kill all the ghosts. But anyway, I've been in. You've been watching Pixels at Dawn. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.